kind of touched on it there, but what's your mindset going into a game when you know or when you feel like you're going to see a lot of opposing teams' number one cornerback? Well, what's your mindset going into it?
I'm happy. I'm getting a little respect, but I still got work to do. One of the defensive coaches came up to me and it kind of made me mad that he was like, I was in Detroit with Megatron, but you're not there yet. In my mind, I'm not trying to be Megatron, I'm trying to be this. So, had a little chip on my shoulder the whole game.
Was that Jim Schwartz?
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. I thought long and hard about this video. For a multitude of reasons. First of all, let's put some things out here on the table. I am not here to take up for Carson Wentz. I am simply here to tell the whole story. Period. The whole story got to be told. When you got a quarterback that's struggling the way that you struggling, you know what I'm saying? You got to factor in why. You got to factor in what's his abilities, what's his strong suits. Is he struggling trying to be somebody else? Or is he struggling trying to play the way the coach wants him to play? First of all, let's think about this. 3 different wide receiver coaches in the last 3 years. But we still running the same system. That don't make sense to me. Because if you got 3 wide receivers coaches in the last 3 years and you're still running the same system, that means you're not putting dudes in the situation to succeed. You're not. You're thinking that your system fits everybody's game plan, and that's a problem. That's a problem. Why is Carson Wentz struggling? We talked about him being one of the best guys outside the pocket. We rolled him out one time to my knowledge yesterday. If you could find another, it was a 17-yard game. He's comfortable doing that. NFL executives are talking about how comfortable he is doing this. And yet and still we're not doing it. At this point, I want Carson Wentz gone. I'm going to tell you why. I want him gone because I want us to be really, really sorry for the criticism that we're helping to spew about Carson Wentz. Because he's going to go somewhere else, and I'm telling you, mark my words, he is going to dominate in a competent offense. He will dominate in a competent offense. We are beginning to be blinded by the overall team's bad play and thinking everything is Carson Wentz's fault. Now, Carson Wentz is playing some of the worst football of his career. The worst football of his professional career right now. If you got a guy struggling, ask yourself this. Why is he throwing 45 times if he's quote-unquote struggling? In a one-possession game, how does Miles Sanders, 3rd in average yards per carry, run the ball 6 times? What was it, 5 or 6 times? Why in a one-possession game? Why are you doing that? In a one-possession game, why are you going for it? On a 4th down, why are you doing that? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Coaching coaching matters. Coaching matters. Now, in some cases, a brilliant football player or just a lot of skilled athletes can overcome bad coaching, but that is very few and far and in between. Last year, I'll break it to you down like this. 2016, we had a promising rookie. 2017, consensus MVP. 2018, coming back off an Achilles. Coming back off his knee surgery. 2019, one with basically nothing around you, showed you he was worth the money. Overcame bad play calling. 2020, we asked him to do the same thing. It won't work every year. Playing with wide receivers who don't get separation. Playing with a mix and match jumbled offensive line. It won't work every year. It won't. It just won't work every year. You know what I'm saying? You're asking too much of the guy, man. You're asking. You're not even being smart now from a coaching perspective. We could take the first drive of the game, the first series of the game. We can take a look at the first series of the game and see that the football IQ, in terms of Common sense is just not there. It's not there. It's not there. You get the Seattle Seahawks to jump into the neutral zone. You know what I mean? You start off with a 1st and 5. You throw the ball 3 times. Not one running play to keep the chains moving. You start off with a 1st and 5. And you don't run to get some, seeing the chains move is just therapeutic for offense. You don't get those 5 yards. You can run 3 times and do that. You don't do it. 2 drop passes on the drive, 1 bad pass by Carson Wentz, and you got to punt the ball. Starting the football game with 5 straight 3-and-outs, and your quarterback does not turn the ball over on those 5 straight 3-and-outs, and you keep punting after punting after punting, the offense is broke. The offense is broke. There's a problem with just cohesiveness, and quite frankly, what you're looking at is a situation is, listen, everybody want to come down on Carson Wentz. He looked like the only person that want to actually be there. He looks like the only person that's feeling the pressure and that wants to be there. Let's keep it 100 now. The drive that we did where we scored the touchdown pass to Dallas Goedert, that wasn't Doug being brilliant. Carson Wentz just starts seeing nobody open and taking any running lane he could. He improvised. Any way he could. Now, I'm not here to talk about this man like he's a savior, but if you look closely into the game, why aren't these wide receivers getting separation? Why? Why are we trying to make Carson Wentz play in this philosophy, in this system that doesn't fit him? Why are we dropping him back, expecting him to make a quick read when guys cannot get separation? It doesn't make sense. And with a banged up offensive line, you're asking for the man to get sacked. Put your football players in a position to succeed. Now, granted, Carson Wentz missed, I think it was 2 seam routes to Dallas Goedert. The one he didn't get enough on the ball because he was pressured. Somebody was in his face. I think he might have even got hit. And the second one was a pass interference. He underthrew that ball. You know what I'm saying? We talk about these bad plays by Carson Wentz every quarterback had that last week. So I'm not really concerned with some of the bad throws. I'm concerned with the lack of protection. at this point. 6 sacks by a team with one of the weakest pass rushers in the game. The pure negligence of not running the ball is just criminal at this point. Criminal. You drafted Jalen Hurts for what? To give him 1 read option a game? Now, if you're going to draft a guy like Jalen Hurts, he need to be implemented like Taysom Hill is implemented. You drafted a quarterback that you want to be Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill is a football player. He can catch, he can run, he can take a punt back. Hurts can't do all of those things. Hurts is a quarterback who's just fast. We created this. Do you know how hard Carson Wentz had to work to get from under the shadow of Nick Foles? 2019, he proved that he was the guy. 2019, he proved it. Got from under the shadows of Nick Foles. Finally, won a division. You know what I'm saying? With nothing around him. Proved he was worth the money. And then you go and draft a quarterback in the 2nd round? To create another obstacle in his mind? He just, honestly, it's impossible for the man to go out there and just play football. Knowing that all these murmurs and whispers are happening about somebody possibly coming in and taking his job. In my opinion, man, my honest opinion on this whole Carson Wentz situation in the Philadelphia Eagles this season is this. I can't get rid of him right now. I can't bench him right now. I need to see how good he is with the optimum competent play caller. I need to see it. I saw it with Frank Wright. I saw what he could do. And now you're seeing what he could do when other people call plays. I saw what he could do. We all saw it. Bad season for Carson Wentz. It continues. Way too much is being put on his plate at this point. They talk about simplifying the offense, but if you're throwing the ball as much as the Philadelphia Eagles and dudes are constantly not getting separation, constantly not getting separation, what do you expect to happen? The only guys that can get separation 2 years in a row are linebackers. Listen, you drafted 3 wide receivers who are just not contributing at all. Jalen Reagor's not contributing. John Hightower's not contributing. I don't know what ever do that. Jeffrey not contributing. He got his first catch yesterday of the season. Deshaun Jackson not contributing. Defense played well enough to win the game. I'm not mad at the defense at all. I saw accountability out of Darius Slay. People in the comments telling me Darius Slay got to go. I don't understand this. I don't get it. One bad game and he got to go. He acknowledged that that was the worst game of his career. He lost a bunch of 50-50 balls, and he came out and said, this was the worst game of my career. That's the type of accountability that I like to see. Don't forget, Darius Slay was getting beat on the first possession of the game. Well, wasn't getting beat, but he cost us some yards with the personal foul and this, that, and the third. Two stands on fourth down by the defense. You know what I'm saying? Pete Carroll basically begging Doug Peterson to call a good drive to make him regret going forward on fourth down, and we can't do that at all. Can't do it at all. This is the bottom line. The drafting is terrible. The coaching is terrible. The quarterback play is terrible. The play calling is terrible. I don't understand how you think you could win a game when you have all those things against you. I don't get it. Not balanced football at all. Ran 15 times. 15 times. 45 passes. That's not balanced. That's what you call just not, you don't care. You just don't care at that point. You don't care. I think Russell Wilson threw the ball how many times? 20 times? 20 times. The Philadelphia Eagles, man, at this point, we got the 7th pick in the draft. If we keep losing, we'll stay right there with a top 10 pick. And quite frankly and honestly, to keep it 100, we need that pick. We need that pick. We need that pick like it's nobody's business. Because the wide receivers we drafted cannot get it done. 2 years in a row, wide receivers not getting separation. 2 years in a row, your quarterback getting sacked. You know what I'm saying? It's a wonder that he ain't hurt yet, to be honest. You know what I mean? And you're not using them how you're supposed to use them. The guy is dangerous outside the pocket. He's elite when you get him outside the pocket, running and throwing. We're not using him the way he's supposed to be used. We're trying to turn him into something that he's not, and it's costing us football games. This coaching staff is not gelling together. This coaching staff, a lot of these dudes about to get fired, I think, man. I think a lot of these dudes about to get fired. And us as Eagles fans, man, quite frankly, we just tired. We're tired of the poor play. We're tired of the same answers at the podium post-game. We're just tired. We're just tired. We just tired. Carson Wentz stinks. He stinks. He stinks. He stinks. But I believe he can be fixed, and I believe the majority of his problems are coaching and scheme and game plan. I mean, why are you passing so much if dudes can't get open in the game? Why are we not being creative? Let me know what y'all think in the comments.